Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? It is September 8th, Tuesday, September 8th, and this is your daily financial news. Well, we have our answer. We have our answer from Friday about whether the tech wreck, the NASDAQ, whatever you want to call it, if the selling would continue. And the answer is yes. It's funny, I was watching Dave Portnoy a little bit this morning, and the young man's down 3 million bucks in 3 days. He is worth a lot of money, so I'm sure he doesn't feel it. But I remember being down what was lots of money for me back in the early 2000s. So I'm sitting on the sidelines watching the party end and remembering what it felt like to lose control. And as lots of you like to remind me, I'm an emotional investor, certainly when it comes to stock. It's why I'm not in the game. But yeah, today will test people, right? There was some talk about last Friday being the weak hands getting out in the morning and the stocks roaring back. Well, I'm not sure that's true, frankly. I think there is certainly more pain ahead. I had never seen, even in the dot-com era, earnings stretch to 150x and just lots and lots of crazy things. So again, we're going to see where it goes. I remember. So what do we got today? First off, the big news of the day for me is it looks like Nikola. We've talked about them a couple of times making that truck. Had crazy evaluation with no sales. If you remember, we talked about them. Well, GM, General Motors, just bought 11% stake in Nikola, and they are going to help them with the engineering and ultimately production of this 900 horsepower super truck. So looks like we're going to see this super truck. I mean, there were lots of people who were thinking Nikola's CEO was some kind of this generation snake oil salesman, which I have no idea. He could be, don't know. But now that General Motors is behind him, I think you have to assume the truck sees light of day. I think there was a lot of people in the is this real? Is something going to happen? Will the truck ever come out? I think General Motors buying 11% stake says that the truck happens. We'll see. Could absolutely be wrong. GM could be fooled just like any other stock market investor. But I'm guessing they did some pretty good due diligence, and we should see a 900 horsepower super truck. I don't know when, but it will be interesting. Tesla. Tesla's in the news for a couple of reasons today. First off, there was an adjustment of the S&P 500 after market close last Friday. And to everyone's surprise, Tesla was not added. They chose to add Etsy and somebody else, not named Tesla. Then, oh, by the way, remember, I think it was Wednesday last week, I told you guys Tesla's offering $5 billion in new stock. Watch out. Well, I just read this morning they sold it all in 3 days. What the hell does that tell you? Doesn't give me the warm and fuzzies. It told me that Tesla doesn't have faith. They thought the stock was richly valued. Again, they announce it Wednesday, and they execute selling 5 billion in new shares in 3 days, 2.5 days, really. Wow, that's just crazy. I don't know where it's at now. I've actually been up since 5 watching all this stuff happen. Looks like they were down 12% pre-market. I think I saw somewhere they were down 18%. The selling is pretty severe right now. Last time I checked, it was 8-1. Historically speaking, when I was looking at the market, if it ever got 9-1, that is telling you that everybody's selling everything. The baby's being thrown out with the bathwater. We're pretty close, 8-1 versus 9-1. But I don't know that there's panic yet. I think I think we're seeing cracks, but I don't think we have panic yet. What does that mean? Wow. If we've had 3 down days, Dave Portnoy's lost $3 million in 3 days, and we haven't had panic yet. That's an interesting statement for me to make. What I would tell folks, if you're in the market, this is your first kind of uncomfortable feeling. And again, I say this as someone who turned 7 grand into almost 200 and then proceeded to lose most of that. Do you know what you own? Seriously, do you know what you own? Or were you just buying 4 letter symbols? Some people were. Don't kid yourself. Some of the day traders were playing momentum and they have no idea what they own. They couldn't tell you what one symbol is over the other. And if that's the case, check yourself in the mirror. That's not investing. That is straight up gambling. Second, do you know why you own it? Is the answer because somebody with a green hammer said it was good? Or do you see increased market share? Do you see increased revenue? Do you see competition falling away? Do you see a protective moat around the company? Why? Why do you own it? Most of the day traders have no freaking clue why they own it, because the call to put spread was 2 to 1. What the hell? That's not why you invest. And then lastly, are you scared? Right? Are you emotional? Right? It is all fun and dandy when it's going up. Do you turn into a nervous wreck? Can you not sleep? Can you not eat? These are all signs that you might be a little bit over leveraged. So be careful. So again, newbies, time to look yourself in the mirror. You've had a pretty good run. Three months, certainly longer than I expected to go. Again, not in the market, don't really care. But if you still have some profit, might want to take some. Might want to at least get back your investment capital so you don't lose it all. I saw an interesting article from Goldman Sachs today. Goldman doesn't usually take on the FANG stocks, right? Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google, and Microsoft now. But it said Apple has downside of 33%. Wow. Wow. Again, don't take my word for it. I thought Apple was the strongest of the FANG stocks. And if Goldman sees 33% downside there, whew, I don't know. Again, momentum is fun on the upside, going from 1 trillion to 2 trillion market cap. That's fun. It can turn around and it can be nasty. Looks like China's starting to swing back. Remember, I think it was Saturday we talked about the U.S. potentially putting an embargo or whatever against China's chip manufacturer. Well, it looks like China has accused us of bullying. Yeah, we're big bullies. Certainly in the technology space. Yeah, I think we are. I don't know what else to say. I think they're right on this. We are bullies, but they're equally bully on lots of other things. This is just part of the game. I am waiting for China to strike back with something, and just calling us a big fat bullies. Neither here nor there. Something's coming. Looks like Boeing. Boeing. What a story Boeing is. I just read that there's now quality control issues potentially with the Dreamliner. As you know, the 737 Supermax, I think it's called, has been grounded for seemingly a year and a half now. Looks like during the investigation of that, they have found quality control lapses with the Dreamliner. Man, Boeing, what the hell? What are you doing? Next up, Disney. Disney, again, we talked about, I think yesterday, Mulan. Are they going to go all in streaming? It looks like there is now some analysts out there that say, yeah, they might. It's funny, we just talked about it yesterday. But there's a news article out there saying they may look to spin off ABC and ESPN and thus take that capital, use it back into streaming, and go to the next level there. Again, they've had a tremendous land grab. This health crisis was very fortuitous timing for Disney and really could accelerate that. It'll be interesting if they truly spin off ABC and ESPN. Saw an article about school closures around the world, right? Really our kids, right? Specifically the younger kids are are truly missing out if schools don't reopen safely and continue to stay open. There's a lot of economic impact that could bring. By one account, $15 trillion over a decade. That's a worldwide number. But again, just just really that this is a worldwide crisis, and there are lots of families, right? You and yours might be thinking about you and your children, but just remember, every parent out there with school-age kids is thinking about this. I don't think there's a country out there other than maybe Samoa, which is a country I heard that doesn't have any cases yet. So good for them. But it's a problem, right? One of the proudest moments I had was seeing Teresa walk across her high school graduation and college. But it would be a tough choice, right? If she was in first, second grade, it would be so different. So kids are important. We need to watch out for that. Netflix, Reed Hastings has a new book out. There's a couple of things I've read in the synopsis that I thought were interesting. First off, he sees no value in work from home. I thought that was interesting. No value. I think he was on CNBC. It might have been Bloomberg. I watched a lot of stuff this morning because I was up so early. They pressed him on that no value from work from home, and he asked, when are you going to bring people back? And he kind of hemmed and hawed, and he basically said about 6 months probably after a vaccine is released. He wants people back at the office, where Jack Dorsey, Twitter CEO, right, in Square, I think, he's like, nope, you can work from home. And then we have Pinterest, sort of $89 million last week or 2 weeks ago, getting out of their lease. So there's going to be a tug and pull, right? Work from home, come back to the office. It will be interesting. The second thing he talked about was high salaries, right? High salaries. Basically, his point there is he pays up for talent. He said the top 10% of employees are easily 10x better than average employees. Hence, you pay them more. So I thought that was interesting. October 1st is right around the corner. That's an important date for airlines. A lot of layoffs are coming. And then finally, the Senate. The Senate looks to vote on the stimulus bill this week. I've been waiting for that. We have to see if Congress in its totality care about the American people, or they care about an election. That's what this is going to come down to. We've built the bridge halfway. We have clear pain in the system. We're going to see. We're going to see what happens if Congress cares or not. It's that simple. So at the end of the day, that's what I got for you. I will likely be doing another video here in a little bit talking about the stock market, the crash, really trying to talk to new investors who probably have seen a fair amount of profit lost if they've been playing the momentum game. I've been there. I lived through it, so maybe my story will make sense. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. And of course, we will do our daily show tomorrow, right around 7:30. Bye.